And good morning and welcome to VSA Capital 5-Minute Morning Miner. It's Tuesday, quickly get the date, 2nd of August. I should have known that. Yeah, at the beginning of the month. Lots of news out this morning, actually, across the whole market. Quite a lot of news out in the mining space, so we better crack on. Paul, why don't you start, actually, there's a couple of VSA sort of clients or Shanghai Mining Club members. Why don't we start with Atlantic Lithium? This company just keeps delivering better and better assays and drill results and expansion. It's amazing.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, is the way I would put it here. The Ewoyaa lithium pegmatite project near the coast of Ghana, of Atlantic Lithium's. More drill results here from the Ewoyaa Main and Grasscutter North targets, part of the ongoing 37,000 meter resource evaluation on these deposits there at Ewoyaa. Grades released this time on 2,900 meters of RC drilling, which includes some things like 69 meters at 1.3% lithium oxide, 59 meters at 1%, and so forth and so on. Now, these results that are reported here are outside of the current resource estimate, so obviously will get included into the next one. And they do extend the size of both the Ewoyaa Main and the Grasscutter North target resources that have been previously announced. So, as I say, just gets bigger and bigger.
Yep, it's a great situation. Now, a big one, Fresnillo had interim results today, which the numbers themselves obviously were significantly down, but I think the market was sort of expecting that. The outlook looks fine, but let's have your take, Paul.
Yes, that's right. Fresnillo's interims, as I had mentioned on the production statement that came out a day or two ago, that with the fall in the gold output, we could expect, as well as the fall in the gold price, that we could expect a decline in revenues and profitability for Fresnillo, and that is the case with revenues at 1.26 billion, which is down 14%, and profits down to 141 million for a fall of 54%. With these numbers, they did sustain a dividend of 3.4 cents a share, so that totals 25 million, but that dividend total payout is also down by almost 50 million to shareholders on the year-on-year comparative. So we'll see whether or not we do have a stronger gold price coming on in the recent 10 days or so from the lows that were hit. So the way things are going, I'm hoping that we'll see continued progress on the gold price, but they do also need Fresnillo in order to pick up that gold production again.
I mean, the way we'd rather play it in many ways is what we call our mini Fresnillo, which is Guanajuato Silver, which has assets pretty much right next door to Fresnillo, and very similar sort of assets, don't they?
Yes, they do. But because it is a mini one, all of their production as of yet is either dump stockpiles or underground ores, and just from a limited number of projects, as opposed to Fresnillo, who produces from at least a dozen projects.
Well, small things can sometimes grow into big things. They could obviously do with a slightly higher silver price. Silver price currently about $20. I think Rio has also completed the sale of a royalty, hasn't it, whilst talking of big ones?
Yes, Rio had picked up a royalty as back in 2008 on the Cortez properties, Cortez mine area properties in Nevada. And they have finally chosen to monetize that off to a subsidiary of Royal Gold for $525 million in cash. And the timing of that is important too, because this royalty is pretty imminent now in order to start paying out, whereas it was always in the development stage for a number of years now.
Okay, and also Altus Strategies, I think they've announced a pretty significant resource upgrade, haven't they?
Yes, Altus being the African explorer and the royalty company, they released a new resource and PEA statement for the Diba and Lakamfla deposits in western Mali. These particular deposits here have contained resource measured and indicated and inferred roughly 700,000 ounces now. And they have decided that they would like to monetize or otherwise sell off these projects in order to create a royalty from their production. They are relatively short life, but they are oxide ores, easy to mine from surface. And so it will probably go to a producing company already that is within trucking distance of these deposits.
As we've said many a time on this podcast, we can see a lot more consolidation, certainly in the gold sector in Africa, across Africa. Okay, what else would you like to comment on, Paul?
Shanghai Mining Club member Pensana here with the statement out on who the key operating team will be for both the Lagunjo mine development of rare earths in Angola, as well as the key management for the salt and upgrading refinery facility to be located in the UK. Well-established individuals with long track histories of experience. So I would say they've done a pretty diligent job of trying to seek out the best candidates at the moment.
Yeah, Pensana really is like the brother to Alchemy PLC, because they're both chaired by Paul Atherley. One obviously processing rare earths in the UK, the other processing lithium hydroxide in the UK. Very similar sort of concepts, although Alchemy doesn't have the mine attached where Pensana does. But that's we like both. We like what's going on in the midstream, should we say, of mining and the processing, where the UK actually really can have a competitive advantage. Okay, I think that's probably enough today, Paul. Thank you, and we'll touch base again tomorrow.
Very good. See you then.